Hello. I want to show you a few features of the way that I use Canvas. One thing you want to be aware of in your Canvas, either online classes or classes that use Canvas for just supplemental activities, is that every instructor is allowed to build the class and they will not look the same. So I've already written to you, or you will read about one of the two, the fact that I use modules, and this, I cannot stress too much how important it is that you think about your participation in this class in terms of modules. They are, the one thing you're going to want to know is that they can be minimized, collapsed like this, and then expanded. So when you have completed a module, especially if it's, a couple or even 3-4 weeks back, you do want to make sure to minimize that for ease of being able to scroll through and seeing what's that. Also, you will likely find yourself going back and expanding a module to be able to see, for instance, if there was an assignment that you need to now look back at to reread the assignment sheet specifically, you'll want to expand and minimize those. The other thing about modules to be aware of is that your work and your assignments are all in the modules. Over here on the right side, you will see that there's a calendar function, and then this is a past class, so there will be nothing coming up, but you will have a list of to-do sort of things. There'll be quizzes. Anything that has a due date is going to show up here. And I want to be very specific with you. Use that as a reminder. Under no circumstances is it enough for you to log into Canvas, look over here, and figure out what you're supposed to be doing. In the modules, you will find all the materials that you need for the assignments. You will find, for instance, what to read. Over here, it'll just say there's a quiz. Well, in the module, it tells you what it is that you've read, you've been assigned to read in order to take the quiz. I have had some tragic situations for students who didn't want to hear this about working through modules. They thought they could rely on this, and a major assignment was due, and they had not read the module in which the assignment was given. Okay, so I hope that you've absorbed that. Modules, this is just as a reminder for you. So you're going to have, the modules are very consistent and regularly due every Monday, every Thursday. You can almost always work ahead. The only exception where you're not able to work ahead is when we have peer reading. Those you'll turn them in on one date and then you'll complete them by the end of the next module. You can't work ahead with the peer reading work since your peers won't have turned theirs in. But otherwise, if you have a busy week coming up and you want to knock out, you can work ahead. And I'll always have at least one module ahead of what is due. So you'll always have at least, at a minimum, the module that is due and then the next one open and available. Okay, so let's just look here inside a module. I want you to begin to become familiar with these little icons. It can help you to sort of at a glance learn what you're going to be dealing with. There is something that looks like a page, and that's going to be something that it is a page, and you're going to read what I've written there, okay? You will also have other icons. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That went too far back. You will also have this thing that looks like a link, and it is a link, okay? So you would click on that. Now, most of the time the links, or very often, I should say, very often the links are to a Google document. Now, here's another tip for your success. You can read the Google document right here. You might see that's just a little skinny. It's a little bit small, the screen. So you can, it's very helpful to click here and it will open up for you the actual document. You will always have the option to print it from here. Remember, always for your major assignments, you absolutely, absolutely want to print out those pages. You're going to want to work from a printed copy. An assignment sheet, it could be 3 or 4 pages long, and on a screen, research shows that we read differently on a screen than we do from a printed page. On a screen, we are much more likely to scan, and that for a high stakes, lots of points assignment, scanning just won't cut it. All right, so those are pages. The next sort of option you might have would be, let's just go, you can always use the breadcrumbs here, go back. This is an assignment, and I'm trying to rework these where it would actually read assignment : writing process video. But if you see the difference between this icon and this one has a little pen on the page, that's something you're going to have to turn in, okay, one way or the other. And there are a couple of different ways to turn in an assignment. And now yours is going to look different. This is a teacher page, but it's going to bring you to something like this. You'll read the assignment, and up here you're going to have something that says submit assignment. So that's for that's when the instructions will be given to you, how you turn it in. Most of the things, and this is, you have a separate thing on this, are going to be turned in as a Google document. Most of them, but there are also just some short text box assignments where you click on submit assignment and a text box will open up and you'll just type right into that. Now there's also downloading documents. These are often PDFs. Again, this is an essay and you're definitely going to want to print it out and read it. I don't have a lot of long essays here for you, but you're going to want to stop by the library for free printing and print that out. A discussion looks like these little little cartoonish chat boxes. That's a discussion. Again, I'm trying to rework so that I always would say assignment : discussion : quiz. So we have this little thing that looks like a link. We have this thing that looks like you're writing on a page. And then I am going to find one more, try and find you a quiz icon. Here it is. Now, randomly, it has been assigned to look like an airplane. I have no idea why, but this will tell you quite clearly that it's a quiz. And see, for instance, right here, you've been given the reading the instructions on what to read, and then actually, this is good. This helps me show you. Once you're in a module, and actually once you're in Canvas, period, it'll go between module, you can navigate previous page, and next. So you read chapter 1 and chapter 2, then take the quiz. And if you click on next, it's going to take you to the quiz. Those should always tell you, if those quizzes are timed, it should always tell you how much time you are given. Okay, that is a brief orientation to Canvas. You have lots of other materials that I've posted in the introductory module, but I did want you to have this so that just for some features of how I use Canvas. All right.